All right. All right. Whew. It's a hot one today, folks. Let me get set up here. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, I did not change that. I was a bit rushed. I'll just edit it post. That's all good. Whew. Thank you, Jessica, for getting the air units on. They are definitely trying, but boy, it's a hot one today, folks. But welcome. I'm assuming you can hear me. Boy, I hope so. Let me, Yep, there I am. Yes, I am in the Indiana area, and I think I think the high is like 96 today. And, yeah, it is. Cool. Hey, Robert. Yes, this is just the example pool. Don't worry. If this was the case, I'm dead. Pretty much. Well, it'd be pretty close. But yes, welcome. I am Chamberlain Jonas of the Wayward Inquisition. We are a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We are here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We got Instagram, Facebook, a Discord that you should totally join because it's awesome and you're awesome. And yes, we have many VODs for you to watch if you are unfamiliar with us. We have fantasy with treachery, a governor's secret. And our current one, treachery, a lord's gambit. Hey, that's great. Thanks for joining, buddy. We also, if fantasy is not your thing, it's still fantasy, but it's very much more Western. We have The Wicked West, which is a Western fantasy campaign with no magic, and it's freaking awesome, and you should definitely watch that one. Not that I'm biased towards that one at all. But if Westerns aren't your thing, well, guess what? We got more. If you're a sci-fi guy, we got you covered. Not only do we have Star Wars Reconciliation, which is a duet between Courtney and I, we also have Arc Outer Rifts, which is a Halo-inspired campaign. Our Knight Commander Patrick cooked that one up himself. He made the guns, the armor, basically how the game worked. He made the lore. And yeah, he took the first-person shooter of Halo, and boy, he made it into a tabletop. It was pretty darn great. Ooh. But if you check out our Instagram, you'll see a lot of the fantastical, wonderful art that our Grand Queen, Matriarch, Inquisitor Supreme Courtney made. Yep. Every time I say that title now, I have to add something onto it. Because she's just that awesome. Seriously, go to the Instagram, look at the art that she's done. It's beautiful. But yes, I bet you're wondering, what is Jonas doing here tonight? Well, I'll tell you. I'm doing Scoundrel, the Jethro Stein edition. So, Scoundrel, I learned about through a random YouTube thing. It's a solo dungeon crawl with a deck of cards. And it's pretty darn great. Just gotta say it. So, normally the cards would be like in a normal row, but I had to quickly apply the camera and get it set up and figure out how to make it work. And I did! Courtney, Patrick, I crafted! I did it! But yes, and unfortunately the camera itself doesn't have a means for me to adjust it, or I would pull it back some so that I could give you a better view. But this is gonna work. This will work just fine. So how Scoundrel works. You have a deck of cards. I have already removed basically all of the red face cards. And I'll explain why. So, goodness gracious. Actually, let me use one of them as an example here. So I kind of laid these cards out in just a little swoop-de-doop. But here, we're going to change it out so we get one of each type there. So with Scoundrel, each floor of the dungeon is a set of 4 cards. The diamond is your weapon. The hearts are healing potions. And then black cards are your monsters. And the technical rules were something like if you use your weapon card, and let's say this was a 7, I used that to destroy it, I would take no damage because it would beat the 7. And then it's weirdly like, okay, since you used it on that card, you can only use your weapon against 7s or lower. And it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. I get they wanted to add in some like challenge and stuff, like help up the ante and all that, but just seems a little odd. Now, let's say I was using that to go after this king. Well, that means I would take like 2 damage. Oh, I'm going to need a dice. Don't worry, Courtney. I'm not touching yours. You can use whatever you would like. I'm going to use a D20 for my health. You can have up to a maximum of 20 health. That's what you start off with. If you're at 19 health and you use a 7 health potion, you go up to 20. Yep. No overcharging health. And then with each... Oh, gotta get them back in the frame. There we go. So each floor is the 4 cards. You have to interact with 3 out of the 4 cards to complete the dungeon. And then whichever card is left will stay there onto the next floor. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. What else? Oh, the objective is to get to the bottom of the deck, and whether you somehow time it out perfectly and just clear everything, or if you get low enough and you go to set the next floor and you can't make a full floor, then that means you win. There's also a rule that if you get to a floor and you're just like, nope, you can flee. You basically put those cards at the bottom of the deck. So eventually you're going to have to face whatever that nope was. And but yeah, there's and they have a rule that you can flee once, and then that next floor you get, you have to do. So you couldn't just be like, oh, well, I don't like this floor either. I'm going to flee this one too. No, no, no. And, which I like that rule. That one's a good one. Normally, you would be able to see whatever weapon card I set aside, but with the limitedness of the camera, I'm just going to show you the dungeon. Now, I vaguely remember where Jethro last left off. To give you all a quick recap, Jethro Stein, a human man, age 64, and then a lot, but we're just going to say 64. He is a German man. He fought in World War II for the German side. And during World War II, wow, this is a lot of backstory. Who cares? We got time. During World War II, Hitler, being that crazy guy that he is, that big goober, he, wanted to boost his army. So, of course, he was like, go find me occult things. We need supernatural abilities. Not sure why Hitler sounds like that, but it felt right. And so, yeah, in their search to enhance the Nazi war machine, they unlocked a gateway to hell. Classic. And so World War II got put on hold as the Earth was super ravaged by this demonic force and all this good stuff. Jethro joins the heroes of that storyline, and they stop the invasion. Wonderful, good. Well, from that opening of the portal, it allowed magic into our Earth. And it awoken the latent magic inside of Stonehenge, which I have actually deduced through scientific means of that Stonehenge was built to be a gateway to other worlds. I have this whole diagram that I drew on and whatnot. If I ever go out to Stonehenge, I'm going to take it with me and probably take a copy so I can give it to like the tour guide person so that they can share the knowledge and know that I know the truth. So, after the world had somewhat recovered and all that, Jethro and a good squad of Marines, because Marines are the best. I like Marines. They are the best. They ventured through the active gateway and found themselves inside of a museum. A very odd museum. It had things that seemed similar. There were Egyptian-styled artifacts and whatnot. But all of the people in the diagrams were elven. And one of them told a tale of how the elves squashed the orcs and eradicated them from the world. And as they ventured out into this museum, they realized they were not alone, as these pale white, grotesque, vampiric hound creatures descended upon them. Jethro's team got eviscerated. Being the main character and just being Jethro, he is the lone survivor. He has been traveling this alien landscape, trying to survive and try to find a way back home. And in his journey, he encountered some survivors who one of them informed him that it may be possible if he goes to the long abandoned power plant, which was, of course, fueled by magical runes and whatnot to power the city, as it looks to be a fantasy modern city, not a modern fantasy city. There's a difference, trust me. And he said, all right, I'll give it a shot. Thanks for the tip. And he ventured out and found a nice little, like, abandoned garage shack and camped out there. And that's where I last remember him being. And so that's just where we're going to pick it up. But I'm going to redo this, of course. Let me do a quick little shuffle here. I can't shuffle cards, so feel free to judge me. This is America. You can do whatever you want. You know, sort of. Huzzah, I did shuffling things. And also, bear with me, this camera setup is very odd for me. I have to place them, yes. Turn just slightly so they look more straight for you all. Oh boy. Oh boy. What a dungeon. Nice. All right. Jethro, sound asleep in this garage. It's a little stifling as there's no power to the city, and he doesn't want to open any windows or doors to have a nice breeze because then those creatures might find him inside here, and he would really like to sleep. And so he's snoozing. And as he do, he dreams about Earth, about his lovely late wife, and how he has missed her over these years. And in his wonderful dream, he is jolted awake by the sound of something pounding against the door that he came in through and had barricaded shut. He stays still. His hand goes to the arcane rifle that he found. It is a heck of a first floor. You know that flee option I talked about earlier? I might take it, but with that health potion there, I might just power through this one. It's risky, I know. And before he can get to his feet, 3 of those ghoul hounds burst in. Ah, shit. Can a man get a moment's rest? All right. You want some? Come get some. And, oh, I forgot to describe this as well. So I did mention that Jethro is 64, so he's kind of an older guy. Short black hair. He's got like a gray streak kind of going through it. And he only has his right eye. He has a eye patch over his left. You can see a little bit of these green glowing cracks coming out kind of under the skin, through the skin, from that eye. And Jethro engages in battle against these nasty hounds. The first one rushes in. It leaps and he tries to dodge out of the way, but he's still so groggy from sleep. His reaction time's not what it should be, and it hits him and slams him into the wall. As he's slammed up against it, he shoves the rifle into its gut and just fires off shots. The arcane energy disperses out, exploding through, and that one is eliminated. But he takes 5 damage in the process. Can I set my dice somewhere so you all can see it? Well, obviously I can't leave it there because that's also upside down. Let's see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that. But trust me. Okay, so he's down to 15 health. As he shoves that one off, he quickly barrel rolls across the floor as the other 2 are coming in and they're swiping with their clawed hands. The next one comes in and slices Jethro across the back. He spins, hits it in the head with the butt of the rifle, causing it to stumble down, and then he points the good side down and takes it out. He's down to 10. Now, the brilliance of this strategy. He quickly pulls out a health potion and heals back up. The wounds on his back sealing up. Do you know how weird it would be to live in a fantasy world? We always, fantasize about living in a fantasy world and how exciting and, that's cool, you have magic and you can go on these grand adventures. Living in a fantasy world would suck. There's always big bad guys trying to take over the world. There's crazy monsters trying to eat you. There's pros and cons. And so, with that, the second floor initiates. Oh, God. oh, boy. Oh, scoot him over. Scoot him over. Scoot. Nope. This way. This way. There we go. There we go. As Jet is fighting off these damned hounds, a couple more enter into the fray, and I can't stay here. They're gonna pin me in. So he runs through the little shop using one of the other back doors, taking him further inside the building. They give chase, following close behind. Joining the fray, a pretty big beefcake of a hound, and also just a little whelp. But as he gets a weapon. 3 is better than nothing. And one rule that I do is, they had their weird rule about the weapon, and so to kind of keep with that, but in something that just felt more logical to me. So this is I found a 3 weapon. If I were to use it against this 3, I would defeat it, but my weapon would break. You see what I'm saying? So if the weapon and the monster match, they cancel each other out, essentially. Adds a little bit more drama. As he's running back, he turns and fires upon the one that he was dealing with earlier. And before he finishes it off, it manages to slash him down the left shoulder and arms. 8 minus 3 is 5. So he is down to... This is the only bad thing about using a d20. There we go. There's the 14. Ooh. I really don't want to use that 3 against that queen. It's gonna help, but it's really gonna hurt. And as he's running through these darkened hallways, leaving a little blood trail, he turns and heads towards the front door as he's entered into the lobby of this elven car shop, garage. And as he bursts through the door, the little whelp is coming up behind him. As it claws, it digs into his gun, but he manages to fire it off one last time, and it just blows the brains out of this little guy. He still has his trusty knife. And so he's running through the kind of the back alleys of this ruined elven city. The architecture is both alien and familiar. He can see, decrepit skyscrapers off in the distance. He can see the power plant that was she a sun elf? I think that's what I said. But as the elven maiden had told him that, there's that old power plant, and, maybe one of the cores still has a charge that you could bring back to the museum. And he can see that power plant off in the distance, so he starts making his way through there, weaving through abandoned, ruined cars as this beefcake is chasing behind. Oh, brother. Oh. Ooh. Well, yeah, definitely gonna take that one. He ducks and dives by a car as the beefcake charges, and it smashes into the car. The noise most likely drawing more attention to himself, which is not what he wants. These things are like cockroaches. And as he's on the ground underneath the car, he reaches over, and there's another arcane rifle that is by a dead skeletal soldier that most likely he had crawled under this car and to hopefully get away, but ended up meeting his demise in the end. And so he takes that rifle, the crystal on it glows, he points it towards this newcomer, and little blue bolts of electricity shoot out from this rifle and pierce into the awful hide of this beast. As it goes down, its teeth chomp into Jethro's chest. That's 2 damage. So that's going to put me down to 12. Okay. And then as he finishes that one off and shoves it off of him, he rolls out of the way as this other new opponent comes in, and its claws down into the ground. He turns and starts running, and as he's looking back towards it, he opens fire at it as it charges at him. It lunges and bites him in the thigh. Ooh. But he manages to finish it off before it slowed him down too much, because that beefcake is still on his trail. Okay, so a jack, that's 11. Minus 7 is 4. Not looking good. We are down to 8. Okay. A little reprieve. As he's running through these kind of a more residential area. He's cutting through yards, a kind of wooden fence on one of the properties. It's kind of worn and rotted, and he just and shoulder tackles through it, not losing his stride, and he keeps running. As he enters into that backyard, there's a little whelp, and it's feasting on a small doe, and as it pulls up to stop feeding, he's just like, nope, and just shoots it, blowing a big chunk out of its side. As he runs through, he picks up a potion that looks like someone started to drink it, but then met their demise before they could finish drinking it, so it doesn't have much left in there. But he chugs it as he's running. He's up to 10. Come on, Jethro. I love you. He can, as he's running, he can hear that monster of a hound smash through the rest of that fence. He stops, does a quick little quick turn on his feet, goes and runs into the back door of the house, smashing the door open. On the inside, one of the hounds is in there. It's starting to go up the stairs just to most likely scout around, as there's no sounds coming from the house. At least not that Jet can hear. And with the commotion he causes, it turns and starts to scamper down. They meet each other kind of like at the little foyer of the front door of the house. And it swipes out and gets him across the gut. And with that lightning rifle, he just shoots multiple shots into its back. The blood and guts spewing out, this blackened blood just covering him. He looks like he has been in an Evil Dead movie. Man, I need to rewatch those. I rewatch the Evil Dead series, like the TV show. I rewatch that like once a year because it's so good. I love Ash Williams and Bruce Campbell for that matter. I met him once, got my photo with him. It was awesome. All right. Please. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, I did take 1 damage from that guy. 9. Where's the 9? There's the 9. There we go. As Jethro gets through that front door, he runs over. As he's running through this residential street, he's looking into the cars to see if any of them have the keys, if he can even see, like, how do these things even run? They look like cars, but they don't look like cars. I think I described them in one of the prior ones. Especially with this one, I'm I've gotten really bad at keeping notes on what I'm doing with D&D. But I think I described them as like almost like a roller ball that you get into. And yeah, these things being so alien to him, he wouldn't even know, like, how the heck do you even get inside these things? But he can't see a way to start these vehicles. From the commotion, he picks off one of the little lads. Just because the less of these things, the better. As he rounds this bend, he can start to see he's almost to the property of the power plant, but there's another large hound kind of patrolling the streets, and from the commotion he has made, it has turned to face him and starts to charge. He runs towards it, does a little feint, and goes to do like a little spin to go around its leap. But he's not fast enough, and it's able to claw him across the side. But with his rifle, he picks it off, blowing multiple holes into it. More stanky blood spills onto the elven streets. Let's see, that's gonna be 3 damage from that one. Oh, and here comes the bad part. Yep, if I try to fight that queen, that's gonna do some serious damage. I'm trying to math that in my head. I think that would kill me. So, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to lose my 7 and now have a 6. Still, I mean, it's better than nothing. Oh, turn. There we go. Yeah, much better. Chupewed, roar, and Jethro finishes off that larger one and gets to the front gate of this power plant. It's locked, and there's no power, so how is he gonna get this thing open? And so he quickly scouts around. There's several bodies kind of like reaching through, all decayed and decrepit at this point. And one of them, he picks off a health potion from. Praise the maker. Okay, puts us up to 11. Yeah, he can't keep doing this. He's gonna have to face this monster eventually, so he turns, faces that big beefcake of a hound as it charges in. He prepares himself. This is pretty stupid, Jet. That's the only option I got. And so he lets it tackle him into the fence. Being as large as it is they break through just enough to bend and shove that gate open. And they roll on the floor. Ooh, he's taken serious damage from this one. So that's going to be 12 minus 6 is 6. We're down to 5. And the hound is almost taken, like it almost stunned itself from smashing through that metal gate, and and after the barrel roll, it's getting its bearings, but Jet is already in a crouched position. He raises that rifle. He can feel that the power in it is starting to go down a little bit, but he lets this thing have it. It's blowing chunks and flesh and meat off of this enormous ghoul of a creature. As it lumbers towards him, it tries to reach out for one last swipe, but it collapses down. Ooh, thank you, Arizona. And as it dies at his feet, he looks down at it, does a little like, but as he does that, he lets out a little oorah. And now that the gate has been smashed open, though, it allows for another one to pursue him in. Oh. Yep. And so he ends up using the remainder of that rifle to take that one out before it can get him. I need to put like a little marker or something so I can be like, yes, place them here. But I'll figure it out eventually. And Jethro turns and starts kind of limping inside. He still has a good pace to him, but I mean, he's exhausted. He's feeling it. He's been slashed and bit and clawed. And yeah, it's like 6 a.m. So it's still pretty early. The sun is just kind of starting to crest. And the sun here, when it's kind of in that early morn, like here on Earth, it's kind of like orangey and yellow. But on this one, it kind of starts off with a little green tint to it. Nothing super vibrant, but just enough that it adds this real eerie layer to the world in this very pale light green, light. And he's looking in because at the power plant, there's multiple little smaller shacks, and he's looking through them through the broken windows, just trying to see if he can spot. Aha! And he goes over and darts into one. As he does, there's one of these hounds inside, feasting on an elven man who thought he was safe inside here, but nowhere is safe. And as it turns, oh yeah, let's do that. So yeah, he finds some crystals, recharges up his rifle. So yeah, now it's at a nice little 5. And then he's trying to decide, okay, do I take this thing out first? Or there's a potion over there that man had. I really need a boost. And so Jet kind of rushes over. He tackles into the hound, knocking it off its feet. It's kind of taken off guard a bit, as it's pretty used to people running away from it and not towards it. But he knocks it off, and he grabs that potion and he downs it. Ooh, I can math. That's gonna be... Okay, so 5 of that would put us at 10. 13. All right. We're getting some health back. Okay, a 2. That's not 2. Oh, boy. Actually, that's pretty fortuitous. So yeah, one of my other rules that I added in is that if I draw a joker, it is... essentially, you could count it as an auto win or an auto lose, what have you, but it will clear the dungeon. So that can be beneficial, like that kind of was. And then in the past, it has hurt me quite bad, as the floor that I was drawing had like a really nice weapon and a health potion, and then they got nuked. And so yeah, we go to the next round. But as he chugs that potion and gets revitalized, that one hound that was in there, he just unloads on it, quickly takes it out. Kind of another smaller one crawls in through the window, and he runs over with his knife and just right through the temple. I really hope that power core's still working. I gotta get out of this world. I'd like to be able to take these people with me, but I don't know how magic works. I don't know how those gateways work. Sure, we were able to go through to get here, but it closed immediately after we went through. How many would I even be able to save? All right, and so as he's in this room, the thing that caught his eye to begin with, he goes over and looks at the little schematics on the wall, kind of like, the layout of the facility. And even though it is in Elvish, he encountered elves during the Hell World takeover of Earth, and has learned it pretty well. Even though this is definitely a different form of Elvish, he can kind of pick out little things of, well, that's similar enough to this, so does that make sense? But then also just the diagram itself, he's kind of able to piece together as best he can, as he hopes. Okay, this looks like the room that I need to get to. So he darts outside and starts making his way to the inner sanctum of this power plant. As he does, he finds a really nice charged crystal that he puts into that rifle. It starts to glow with a darker blue, and as he gets to the front doors, damn, they're locked. I'm gonna have to blow it open. And so he uses the rifle, and as he fires, these ice shards just shoot out and pierce through the door. Whoa. I gotta make sure I hang on to this thing. Maybe take it back to Earth with me. Tesla would love to see it. And he front kicks the door, and from it being weakened, it swings open. As he turns to look behind, 2 ghouls are in pursuit, and as he looks inside, there's, which aces are high, by the way, there's this monster of a ghoul, as well as behind him, and he looks at him. Shit. And before he runs inside, he fires off some shots, takes off takes out one of the kind of medium-sized ones, the more common ones he's used to. Ooh, I just got all that health back too, man. Yeah, let's go with this beefcake. Since he's focused on the ones behind him, he's just thinking to himself, you know, I gotta cover my 6. And as he's shooting these ice shards into this big one, it's still charging, it's taking them, and its momentum hasn't slowed, and it gets up to him, and boom, headbutt tackle into the building. It launches him down the hallway. As he gets back to his feet, he kind of throws himself against the wall as the other one leaps past, and they kind of collide into each other. And he takes a shot at whichever one he can, which happens to be that one. And as he's lighting it up even more, it gets to him and it slices him across the chest. Yeah, his clothes are so tattered and torn. He has on that... actually, yeah, just picture that he's wearing the uniform that the Stargate people, SG-1, that they had on, how it was like the green military like fatigues with the black like bulletproof vest thing going on. Man, they look so cool. That show's fantastic. If you haven't watched Stargate SG-1, do it. It's really good. But yeah, he takes that one out. Okay, 12 minus 9 is 3. All right, not too bad. We're down to 10. And then on to the next portion. Yeah, Robert knows. Yeah, it's pretty wild that Teal'c is Kratos. I really enjoyed the characters in that show. Yeah, I can't say that there were too many things that really rubbed me the wrong way with them. As far as favorite, yeah, definitely. Wow, I can picture him. I want to call him Anderson, but that's not right. The older guy. You know, he was my favorite. Oh, yeah, O'Neill. Because, yeah, they had that great pun where it was like, yeah, because he has the same name as, maybe it's the heat. Maybe that's why my brain's not working. There was a character in the movie, and he basically has the same name as that guy. But it's like, oh yeah, I have 2 L's. I'm the fun one. There were some great creature designs in that one, too. Anywho, I digress. As we do on this channel, because we're not professionals. We are unscripted, untamed. We're just a bunch of dorks hanging out. Okay, well, nice hand. Let's see. So he thought he had drunken all of that potion, but it turns out that he had a few drops left. So he's going to quickly drink that one. Back up to 13. Yep, better now than never, I guess. And he faces down that last monstrosity of a ghoul. Come on, you want me? Come get me, you bastard. And it charges in. It kind of feints an attack, which throws him off, and it swings, and it ends up backhanding him, and it slams him against the wall of this kind of small hallway. Like, this thing just barely fits in this hall, at least width-wise. There's still plenty of room that they were able to... And slams him up against the wall, and as it pulls away, one of its claws kind of like digs into his forearm, and he grits his teeth. He retaliates back, and he stabs it in the forehead with his knife, and as it starts to retreat back, he opens fire, shooting these ice crystals into it. It lets out one last little screech and collapses down. Okay, so that's going to be 13 minus 9. 4? Yeah, 4. Wait, no, not 13. Queen is 12, king is 13, which would make ace 14. Okay, 14 minus 9, that's going to be 1. Was I right? 4? That doesn't seem right. Don't judge me. 5. Wow. I was close-ish. Alright, not too bad, I guess. So 5 damage. That's going to be 10. That's going to put me down to 8. And Jethro starts to slump through this hallway, keeping a hand on the wall to steady himself. He's so tired and bruised and bleeding and cut, and he's so hungry. He ate back at that one encampment with those elves, but one, it's been a good while since then. 2, he's been burning a lot of energy today. And he's going through, and he ends up taking a wrong turn, but he doesn't realize it. And as he's going through, his eyes are going blurry, and he sees this set of double doors, so he pushes through into there, and it's a cafeteria, and he looks around, and crap, I must have taken a wrong turn. Let's see if I can salvage anything, though. And so as he digs through, and he kind of takes this moment to catch a breather, because there's no creatures in here, nothing's following him, and so he's, oh, yes, give me that short rest, give me something. And as he scrounges around, he finds a unused health potion, which actually, yeah, 10 is the max that I can get for that. If you wanted, during your games, you could keep in the face cards for like the weapons and the health, but I kind of like that it's just a little, unbalanced towards the player. And so, yeah, up to 18. 18, there it is. And as he finishes off the potion, he looks really kind of like disappointed, like just disgruntled. because he's chugged a good amount of these things today, and yeah, they heal you up, and he's feeling really good now, re-energized. A lot of his wounds are healing over, but yeah, they don't fill you up. They pretty much as soon as they hit the stomach, they evaporate inside and are absorbed. Ah, man, I would really love a good steak. Or a cheeseburger. Oh, with extra onions. Put it out of your head, Jet. You need to stay focused. But enjoy this downtime while you can. And so yeah, he sits and rests inside of this cafeteria for a good while, kind of hunkering down behind the serving station of it. Ooh, right there, right there. Okay, there we go. Ooh, what if I did this? Put that one there, and then put that one there. Yeah. Thanks, mechanical pencils. And as he's sitting there, he ends up dozing off. Because, yeah, I don't know if you all have ever driven for a long period of time. And, you know, they're all, I've always heard from people like, oh, yeah, you know, be careful because, you know, when you're tired, you know, you won't notice that you're going to sleep. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, of course I'm going to notice that I'm going to start nodding off and stuff like that. But nope, you just zonk out. Your brain conjures like you are still active, but you're out. And luckily, my experience did not last that long. So, thanks, big guy. I don't even remember where I was going or coming from, but yeah, after that happened, I pulled over into the shoulder and just was like, okay, if you want to nod off, let's just try. But yeah, Jet ends up falling asleep, and he is awoken by the sound of kind of clanking and clamoring behind him, and he looks around. Damn it, Jethro. He kind of goes and peeks up over the serving station. And yeah, he can see another brute with a nice smaller one and a kind of a medium large one. All right. Take out the two smaller ones, then go for the big guy. We gotta get that core. We gotta get out of here. Not just for my sake, but if I can get back to Earth, maybe we can reopen the portal, come back here with a more sizable force, a more stable gateway. We can save these people. And he grits his teeth, and you know, you can see him just psyching himself up, and he darts out from around the counter, moving forwards. The first two ice spikes hit the smaller one like in the neck, and then one right through the eye. And then as the medium-large one starts to charge towards him, he turns and lights that one up. He goes and baseball slides underneath the big guy, but as he does, it does a little swipe and ends up kind of just cutting the top of his skull. And he digs his knife into its belly as he slides through. And as he comes out on the other side, it's kind of turning weakly to face him, and he pumps a few more rounds into it, and he takes it out. Let's see. So yeah, the king is 13. So if a 12 is 3 damage, this one would be 4. So that puts me down to 14. Not too bad. It's above 10, which is good. And Jet starts going through the hallways, trying to find his way through this labyrinth of a power plant. He thought he understood that layout, but now that he's in here, none of it is making sense. He's just starting to open up any door as he's going through, looking in just to see if either A, they have a back door, or if they have a window, because sometimes, you know, with power plants, they have a room that views into the, you know, like the reactor chamber. And he's just not seeing it, and as he opens up one, a large ghoul leaps and stabs into his shoulders as it pins him down to the ground. He pulls out his knife and rams it up into its mouth and pulls it out and then does it into its temple. Let's see, that's just gonna be 2 damage. Okay, that'll put me down to 12. Let's see, and then... Yes, as he gets to his feet, he notices that the crystal that he was using is really depleted. So I'll use that 2. But then he finds another crystal, and he's familiar with this one as it has a red hue to it. All right, the fire blaster. Though I gotta say, I'm kind of fond of the lightning one. The ice one wasn't too shabby either. So yeah, I end up having an 8 weapon. Not too bad, not too bad. Hey, how did you get in here? Oh, because of the example. Yeah, okay, sorry. Nope, you don't exist. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. I'm listening to my Jethro playlist that I've made, which I'm going to have to investigate a little bit on. I always hate this about YouTube, where you'll go to like a playlist that you have, and up at the top it'll be like, you know, two are hidden, as you know, most likely the videos that were there got taken down or something, and it's like, can you tell me which 2 they were so that I can re-find them? But it doesn't, and I think that's weird. But yeah, I'll have to figure out what 2 songs are missing from the playlist, but it's not that big of a deal. It's a pretty lengthy playlist. He has, actually, yeah, Jethro has my biggest playlist, as he is kind of my favorite. He's really awesome. Okay. Alright, not too bad. We got two big guys, but I also got some pretty sweet healing potions here. So, to kick things off, as Jethro is exploring this power plant, just trying to find his way through, he does finally he finds the core chamber, and as he gets to it, he gets so kind of demoralized, and he looks up at the sky. What? Are you bored up there? And he looks back down as these two brutes are blocking the doorway. Fine. Though I fight through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. And he racks up that arcane rifle, which I'm pretty sure it actually wouldn't have a racking mechanism because it's a magical rifle, but I like that motion very much. And he will first drink a health potion that he found in his, we'll just say, in his travels to here. So 7. That's going to put us at a nice 19. He's feeling jazzed. He's hyped. He's pissed. The perfect combination for war. And yeah, he rushes in, and Jethro can be stealthy. He can, but it's not his style. He's a loud and proud kind of guy. And so Jet just charges in, firing multiple of these fire bolts. It's hitting the flesh of these giant hounds. It's burning and singeing, and yeah, they really don't like the fire. And he can see that it's pissing them off, and they get into this big heated scuffle. There's kind of like a nice big almost lobby before going into the core chamber. And you know, it's almost like they built it big so that they could get equipment in there that, you know, if they needed to. And yeah, so he's rolling and jumping and dodging. These things are clawing and biting, and they land really good hits on him. But he's determined. Jethro isn't going down, not today. And so they have this epic brawl. So that's going to be 2 damage from that one. Easy peasy. Nothing to wince over. And then King's going to do a bit more. Oh, I can math. Okay, so that's 13 minus 8. So 4 plus 8 would give me 12, so 5. Aha. My brain's working again. It's also, I have to admit this, that I am the middle child. I was the second child. And my older brother, when he was born, all of the math genes went inside him. So I got like the crumbs. And that's the theory I'm going with. I'm sticking to it. Oh, Robert, is Renee nearby by chance? Oh. Oh, that would have been such a nice weapon, too. But yep, I got a Joker. That clears it. Oh, good, good. Yeah, I didn't feel right commenting it on Facebook, but since people here won't know the context, James Artemis, named after the Wild Wild West, James West and Artemis Gordon. Then Jonas Gilligan. That one's pretty obvious as the Gilligan part. What people don't know is the skipper's name in the show is Jonas. They mention it once during the pilot. And then, after me, Lucas McCain, the rifleman. Did I, Oh, I didn't subtract the damage from my dice. Because, yeah, 2 from that, and then 5 from that one. That's going to be 12. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. Right? Yeah. My brothers don't share that very much, but I'm very proud of it because it's pretty awesome. Ooh, oh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Looky here. So yeah, you can't see because of the camera. Eventually you will. I just got to trial and error this thing. And I could also be a little more centered, but that's okay. It's just me. But yeah, that was the end of the deck. So yeah, since it doesn't make a another floor, that means the dungeon is complete. That last one, it had one little monster in it. So as Jethro, after having this epic brawl with those two brutes, he gets inside of this inner chamber, and Jethro is not a magical guy. Sort of. I'll explain. But he's been around it enough that he can sort of feel it, you know? And yeah, even we normies, if we went into this chamber, we could feel the latent ambient magic that still kind of resides in here. And as he's going through, limping, since there was like that little monster in the floor wipe, it like comes around one of the big containers, because there's like multiple of these big reactor tubes. As this little one kind of comes around, he doesn't even look at it. He does the little side just and takes it out in one shot. And he's looking at these chambers, and yeah, he's not really sure what he's looking for, but they have little windows to them, and he can't see anything on the inside. And he gets to kind of this back wall, and it has, actually, yeah, kind of those small, kind of circular reactor tubes, you know, where they have like the handle and and they, you know what I'm saying? I know, I'm asking a lot. But yeah, he starts doing those on this wall, and they're empty, empty, empty. Come on. Come on. And he grabs one, and at this point he's like not really paying attention anymore because they're all empty, and he pulls this one open and then goes to reach for the next one, and he stops and he glances back down, and that one he pulled open, inside of it there's this glowing, like cyan colored liquid, and when he puts his hand on it, he can feel kind of this heat. It's not super hot, but there's a warmth to it, and his one eye goes wide, and he takes it out, and being a human, and it's just kind of what we do, he shakes it, and it splashes around on the inside a little bit, and he kind of watches it, and he can see this little crackling and little sparkles of magical energy inside. He puts his ear to it just to see if he can hear anything from it, and he has the biggest smile and grin. Yes, yes. Thank you. And he has this pack, and he kind of undoes it, takes out a bunch of the kind of junk that he doesn't really need. He sticks it in there, makes sure it's good and tight. Okay. Now, all I gotta do is get back to the museum. The place where they were the densest. You've come this far, Jet. You can do it. You can do this. And he starts to go off to exit this chamber. And as he goes to leave, the credits start to roll. Some awesome 80s rock band song starts to play. Yeah! to get the audience hyped, and yeah. And yes, Jethro survived again. But I do have to say, as you might be a little new to this one, Robert, so that eye patch that Jethro has, underneath he has a glowing green eye. His eyeball is completely gone, but there's this green kind of crackling living energy that kind of just sits and rests there in his eye socket. As during that hell war in his past, he had a son. His son was the first human that could use magic. And as you might expect, the government at the time said, cool, he's ours, hand him over. We're going to run tests, we're going to experiment, we're going to tear this kid apart. This little 4-year-old, they were going to dissect to figure out why he had magic. And being a good dad, Jethro said no. And he fought through the some U.S. Army men and got his son to this kind of escape route that the kind of the forts and bases had. And he set his son in it and sent him away. And as he was going, his son, in quite distraught, as you might imagine, very emotional, being 4 and seeing your dad kill a bunch of people, and you don't know what's going on. There's a lot of shouting and screaming and gunfire and whatnot, and now your dad's sending you away. He reaches out, and this bolt of energy comes out and hits Jethro in the eye. And Jethro is immortal. He has been around for quite a long time. For this story, this one's actually near the beginning of his immortal lifespan. Now, he can be killed. Actually, in one of the Scoundrels, at the end of it, he died. But somehow, that magical energy that's inside him, it keeps bringing him back. But as it does, it spreads across his body more and more. No one knows what will happen if it completely consumes him. As it spreads, he does become more hostile, more hot-headed, more like the old him from his World War days. And yeah, Jethro is awesome. Courtney loves him. I love him. And hopefully after this, you all do too. What did your younger sibling get? Younger sibling. Oh, maybe that was about the names. Sorry. There was oddly weird. There's always a lag with the chat and this, but that one seemed to be a bit laggier. Oh well. Let's see. She said, oh, you should be proud of it. Survived again. He ages, or, yeah, so he was 64 when he got hit, and so essentially his body is stuck in that age, and he used to have, like, from his war days, he had scars, but when he got hit with that, it's essentially regenerated and healed those scars over, so he has no scarring. However, due to an odd twist of fate, or it mixing with the magic of his son mixing with the curse that was bestowed upon him, that's more into the backstory of that thing, of the Hell War, but yeah, maybe because of that curse and the mixing. The reason why Jethro has a son is because him and his wife had to make a deal for it, you see, as Jethro is sterile and can't have kids. And even though this magic regenerates him, it's kept that part of him the same, and he doesn't know why. He blames God, of course. He used to be quite the devout, but after getting tricked by the angels, yeah, he kind of lost faith a little bit. Man, I love him. He's just such a good, deep character. Tragic, but awesome. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Scoundrel, the Jethro Stein edition. And yeah, go out, get you a deck of cards if you don't have one. Try it out yourself. Ooh, sorry. The one bad thing about doing this on Thursday nights is I always come here after a big dinner with my Uncle Bill. And maybe it's because I do a lot of talking, and that makes me burp more, I guess. And yeah, you all are on the brunt end of that. Luckily, you're not physically here. Wow, I threw off my own train of thought. Oh, yes. But yes, get yourself a deck of cards, try it out. Watch a couple of the other Scoundrels on YouTube to get a kind of an idea, or, Google it. Try adjusting the rules to your liking, And it's great because, yeah, I got this deck of cards whenever I was on a Hawaii vacation. And I actually got them because I used them. I used the cards as the dice for a on-the-go D&D game. So, like, as we were waiting for our flight to arrive, I was like, they were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. And I was like, okay, oh, well, you got a 3, you failed. And it's a lot easier when you're traveling to take a deck of cards than, like, try to roll a dice somewhere. So yeah, pretty much any vacation I go on now, I'll have a deck of cards with me so I can D&D it up. But yes, like, subscribe, comment, share, do the social media thing I know you know how to do. And yeah, before doing this, I never really knew how important doing that stuff was, and now I get it. And so I do it on basically any video I get, except for, commenting. I need to work on that, but I mean, sometimes I watch a video and I got nothing to say, but I'll hit that like button. And yes, once again, we are here on YouTube. We're also on Spotify. We are The Wayward Inquisition, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We got fantasy. We got Western. We got sci-fis. So yeah, be sure to check out all of the goodies. Yeah, we got one-shots uploaded. We got the Tales of Elysius. Elysius is pretty awesome. Me and Courtney really like our duets. We duet really well together. Patrick and I did too, which I don't think any of ours are on YouTube, but I led Patrick in a John Wick campaign, and I would like to do that one again, as I've cracked the code, because when I did it before, I did like a normal long campaign with him, and that doesn't quite work for like an action movie, So I've learned that I need to just break it down into little one-shots of John Wickiness. Maybe one shot could be like 2 episodes. Because, yeah, this one was like, I think we got up to 20 or something. And, yeah, it just lost a bit of the steam as we were going along, I guess. But it was a lot of fun. Because the John Wick universe is amazing. I love it. Sorry I digressed again. But things for you to know. Here in Sellersburg, there's an awesome place called the GeekOut Cafe. You should definitely stop by and check it out. It's a lovely nerd space. If you're out near this area of Corridon, there's another awesome hobby shop out there called Critical Hits Gaming. It's down there in downtown by the Zimmerman Glass building. They do Pokemon tournaments, Magic, video game tournaments. You can buy cards and other knick-knack things there. I'm going to try to set up with them about doing one-shots there. I need to look, because I think they have their schedule posted. So I just need to see which night is available. Also, I'm just very busy. And speaking of busy, we've been busy at the Eminence Kentucky Renaissance Fair. That's right. If you go to the Renaissance Fair, you can find the Wayward Inquisition at the As You Wish custom booth. We are running one-shots there on Saturdays and Sundays. $20 per person, but that gets you a hour-and-a-half game. It gets you a little D&D prep box that comes with a dice, a mini, a little trinket, a pre-made character. We will not be there this weekend, obviously, because we here at the Wayward Inquisition, we love America. And you should too. And Also, the host told us that, hey, yeah, since it's the 4th of July weekend, we're not going to do D&D because basically nobody's going to be at the fair, which is pretty fair. And also, it gives us a nice little break because we've been going for so long and we're tired. We just need a little downtime. But yes, check out the Renaissance Fair in the future weeks to come. We will be back there Sunday the 12th, and then the 18th and 19th for the finale of the fair. And yeah, you might get Courtney, you might get me as the DM. We have different storylines. I do a different storyline each day. And yeah, do both games so you can try out both DMs. We have very different DM styles. Besides the Renaissance Fair, I think I covered everything. Yeah, sounds good. Now, I'm gonna go home, get out of this heat, and have I don't know, watch a nice movie or something. Oh, I gotta go check on that cat. I'm cat sitting this weekend and partial week. Yeah, Robert did both games. But with that, I will bid you all adieu. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing me ramble as I do. And have a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. And remember that freedom always crits. And go to church. Bye.